the Somna Project. In 1998, a team of neuroscientists conducted a private government-funded study known as Project Somna. Its goal was to observe what happens to the brain when the human body is kept from entering REM sleep for extended periods, without drugs and without sedation. The facility was deep underground. The test subjects were all volunteers, or so we were told. The experiment lasted 32 days. Only one person made it out. That person is me. My name is Dr. Alina Rowe, and if you're hearing this, I need you to understand, they're still awake. The Somna Project was housed in an underground complex in Alaska, buried beneath 5 stories of snow and concrete. No windows, no clocks. 12 subjects were sealed into individual observation rooms. White walls, padded floors, one-way mirrors. Each room had a cot, a toilet, and a screen that constantly displayed a looping video of a flame. Just a flickering flame, that's all. There were no books, no music, no internet. The idea was sensory deprivation, combined with a patented neural stimulus helmet that delivered targeted magnetic pulses to keep the brain from entering REM. They'd stay conscious, alert, but never dream. That was the plan. By day 4, the subjects were irritable. By day 6, they began hallucinating. By day 8, they stopped blinking. The sleep deprivation helmets emitted a low hum, 24/7. Some subjects began tapping in time with it, over and over, like it was some secret code. I started noticing patterns in their speech, as if they were reciting something ancient, something they'd never learned. One subject, #07, Lyle, spoke in his sleep, even though, according to the monitors, he was fully awake. The transcript from that night read, "The eye opens from below, it sees the silence inside the skull, it whispers, and the whisper becomes command." We laughed it off. By day 10, nobody was laughing. Subject #03, a woman named Rena, stopped responding altogether on day 11. She just stared into the mirror, her mouth locked in a perfect, unnatural smile. Not a twitch, not a blink. Her EEG showed intense brain activity, far more than even a waking state should produce. But the sleep monitor insisted, no REM detected. Her heart rate climbed to 140 BPM. She stood motionless for 8 hours. Then she began to whisper. At first, we thought it was gibberish, but after audio enhancement, the tech team realized she was repeating phrases from the other subjects' hallucinations before they said them, like she was remembering things that hadn't happened yet. On day 14, we received a message from the upper agency. Project must not be terminated under any circumstances. That's when I knew we weren't studying sleep. We were studying something inside it. Subjects began synchronizing their behavior, despite no physical contact. They would hum the same tune, scratch the same symbols into the floor, and repeat the same 3 words. "We are waking." Then subject number 12 died. He screamed for 17 minutes before collapsing. Autopsy revealed complete neural meltdown. Every synapse in his brain had fired at once, like a circuit blown from within. That was when I tried to leave. They locked the facility. Day 19, Lyle, subject #07, punched through the one-way mirror of his cell and pulled one of the researchers through. His eyes were completely bloodshot, not from rage, but from strain. Like his body wasn't designed to stay awake that long, but his mind had refused to sleep. He began to speak in a voice that wasn't his. We have the recording. "There are things beneath waking, beneath the cracks of thought. You held the door open, now the dreamer dreams awake." We sedated him, or tried to. The drugs had no effect. None of the subjects could be sedated anymore. Their brains rejected chemical intervention, as if they'd evolved past it. Day 22. One by one, the researchers started collapsing from exhaustion. None of us had left the lab in weeks. And the subjects? They weren't weakening. They were thriving. They began writing in languages no one had seen before. Symbols etched into skin, fingernails torn off to scrawl messages in blood. Lyle whispered constantly, repeating the same sentence. "The god of sleep is dead. We buried him inside ourselves." That night, the power failed. All cameras went offline. Emergency lights switched to backup red. I heard doors opening. But I was in the control room, sealed, watching, When power returned, all 11 remaining subjects were gone. The cells were open, the walls clean, like they'd never been there. Day 32. I was the last one left. The rest of the staff either disappeared, died, or simply stopped functioning. I started hearing whispers through the intercom, even when it wasn't powered. Sometimes it was my name. Sometimes it was my own voice, asking me questions I'd never spoken aloud. I reviewed the helmet schematics again. They weren't just suppressing REM. They were amplifying something, widening the frequency between conscious and unconscious states, tuning the brain like an antenna. An antenna for what? I played back one last piece of security footage from day 23. Subject #03, Rena. She looked straight into the camera and smiled again. Then she spoke. "We don't need to sleep anymore, Doctor. Now we can dream while awake." And then the video glitched. Her face multiplied. Her features spread across the screen like ink. And then nothing. I escaped. Or maybe they let me leave. I'm not sure. But since that day, I haven't slept once. Not because I'm afraid, but because I can't. My body lies down, my eyes close. But my mind, it's somewhere else. I see them every night now. Lyle, Rena, the others. Still standing in that white room, whispering in unison, "You brought us here. Now we're bringing you back." So if you're ever tempted to stay awake too long, if you hear voices in the static, if you see faces behind your eyelids, don't listen. Don't follow. Because once you dream with your eyes open, you don't wake up. Ever again.